What if I didn't want every paragraph to be red? So here you can see I have two paragraphs now. This is fun, this is not. But since in my CSS file, let me open it up 1 second. Here, I had specified the color to be blue and the color to be red for paragraphs. It's changing every paragraph red. But what if I only want this is fun to be red? I don't want this is not. I want this is fun. So there's a few different ways to do it. One is you give it, if there's one unique thing that you want to be a different color, you can specify, or color, style, a lot of other things. You can specify an ID. So PID is equal to, I'll call it red. Now, save this. I can specify here, that I only want anything with an ID called red to be red. So let's try this. Now you can see only the this is fun, which had the ID red. You can also specify an ID from a paragraph tag, an ID red coming from a paragraph tag. Wait, that didn't work. Okay, got it. So you can specify, you can do it like this. You don't have to since it's just an ID and it's unique anyway, but like this is saying basically anytime you have a unique ID that's red, called red, then the color will be red. But you can't have more than one ID. An ID is unique. You can only have one. This is the only thing I want red. But what if that's not true? What if this paragraph I want red, but I have another paragraph, goodbye, that I want red too? Now, I can't give it an ID. An ID means this is unique. But if I did a class means anything then. The red class can be red, so let's try that. Now I made it a class. Now ID had pound, but if you're a class, you do dot red. And now if I refresh, this is fun, goodbye. So now with a class, what's good about this is you can specify anywhere the class, and then it will use those properties for that class. So an ID is unique. A class can be set for multiple things, but the advantage of this over the p tag is you may not want all your p tags to be red, but here if you use a class, you can specify whichever one. So this is a little bit of an explanation on classes and IDs.